Hey, what is going on, everyone? I'm so glad you took your time to spend with me right here today. I am your co-host of the MRB Wrestling Review Show, Mike Big Rock Wilson. You hear that? That's the sirens. Sirens are going everywhere from where I live. I mean everywhere. The hospital is just over there. Anyway, you just saw WWE SmackDown live in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which they're known for the Hershey's chocolate bar. And with that being said, the show kicked off when The Rock came out, and it was story time with The Rock. And during The Rock's entertaining and funny promo, of all people to interrupt was the return of Big Johnny, John Laurinaitis, the former the general manager of Raw and SmackDown. And I guess, yeah, he did say he's a former head of the talent relations. And I like that. You know, it kind of makes sense. It's the people's champ meets the men who invented people power, right? You got your villain and you got your good guy. And I like that last night, on tonight's show, that he did come out. I don't know if this will be a full-time return of John Laurinaitis, but I do like that he did come out now as opposed to maybe weeks before, because it wouldn't make sense if there was build up between The Rock and Cena and John Laurinaitis, because it would seem to have to convey more of a twist in the end result of the championship match at WrestleMania. But what I do like is that he came out now, because right now, the way that first segment was portrayed was that John Cena will turn heel, and he'll team with John Laurinaitis to form this, I don't know, some sort of team where I can see John Cena talking about the word redemption and how he wants redemption so bad he'll probably do anything. And John Laurinaitis might be a good example of what they could do together, because at the end result of that first segment was The Rock giving John Laurinaitis the people's elbow. That is right. So it kind of I'm wondering if this is foreshadowing of something, or is this it for John Laurinaitis? We'll see as the last Raw continues next week on Monday Night Raw, and also Friday Night SmackDown as well next week. In a non-title match, it was Wade Barrett, the Intercontinental Champion, going one-on-one with Y2J, Chris Jericho. And I like that Jericho has momentum, and I think Wade Barrett will have his week next week for momentum going into a championship match against The Miz. And I like that The Miz kind of sort of cost Wade Barrett without touching him, and so that Jericho got the win. He has momentum going into his match against Fandango. He even mentioned his entrance about he's about to get ready to come out, and when he did come out, he was again on par on his promo, and Chris Jericho has never looked any better ever since he came back at the Royal Rumble this year. And I'm really interested in this match, because I'd like to see some actual wrestling from Fandango, this new character. Even though we've seen Johnny Curtis on NXT, if you do follow NXT, you will know what Johnny Curtis does in the ring. But I'm wondering what Fandango would do in the ring. Hopefully, with Fandango's character, that he will revert to being himself as Johnny Curtis, because I think that'll be more of a character for Fandango, if that makes any sense to you. Also last night, it was a bench press competition between the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, and Ryback. I like that those two superstars broke a record that was set back in 1999, and I like that it was 53 reps between the both of them. And when Ryback got to number 53, when he was about to break Mark Henry's record, I like that Mark Henry did not touch him, because earlier Booker T stated if you touch him, you'll be banned from WrestleMania. Technically, he did not touch him. He held the bar down onto Ryback's neck and shoulders, you know, to choke him out. So technically, he's not touching him. So I like those little things like that. But the only thing that didn't really sit well with me was that I think there should have been no limit of a number. I think if Mark Henry got down and done his bench presses, he would have broken the record anyway. And the same thing with Ryback. So it's a little 50-50 for me. But overall, I love the way that was done and the way that they were selling the bench presses. And everything about that was just great for their build-up to their match at WrestleMania. Hopefully, they don't screw this one up, and let's see where it goes from 3 more episodes. 2 more episodes. Raw next week and SmackDown. More build-up for just 1 more week. Who knows what's going to happen next week between Ryback and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Also last night, in a mixed tag team match, it was Daniel Bryan, one half of the tag team champs, with the Divas champion Caitlyn, and they were facing Money in the Bank winner Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee. I like that Caitlyn got the win over AJ, because now they're both tied 1 apiece. AJ won in a non-title match. Caitlyn pinned AJ in a tag team match, and I think the tiebreaker should be at WrestleMania for the Divas Championship. It's nice build-up, but I wish that this build-up would have been weeks before this happening. So I like that hopefully there's a Divas Championship match for WrestleMania between Caitlyn and AJ Lee. And hopefully the title changes hands, actually, because I think AJ could really use the Divas Championship right now. Also last night, Paul Heyman had a backstage interview with Josh Matthews, and he stated that Triple H's future will be ruined by Brock Lesnar. I like that when Heyman was speaking, the little things, if you pay close attention to his promo, was that he always cuts to the chase and is always one step ahead of the interviewer. I like that from Paul Heyman, because he's been around the block way too many times. So I'm really interested in seeing what the end result will be with Triple H and Brock Lesnar. Will Triple H finally get his revenge, or will we see the end of Triple H's career? 1 more week to build up. Let's see what happens. Jack Swagger went one-on-one with the great Khali. Makes sense, right? Khali is from India. And I like that Zip Coulter played on that when he mentioned that well, here's an example, right? You have a phone. You call someone, and you get a service call, and someone on the other line is Arabic, and you're wondering, man, I cannot understand a word you're saying. Can you repeat that? It's so controversial, yet it's so true, and I like that Zeb is always on point on his promos, and of course Jack Swagger is famous for saying "we the people," and that's pretty much the only thing he's really good for when it comes to speeches. But I think the rest of it, before he said that tagline, was all well and good, and it made sense that he faced Kelly. He never really got the win over. It was a double count out victory. Well, victory. I don't know if that's the word, but it was ruled as a double count out when Jack Swagger pulled the Patriot lock on the Kelly outside the ring, and then shortly after, Hornswoggle tried to help, and he paid his price for it when Jack Swagger threw him at the guardrail. And man, even Zeb Coulter was a part of that. And then shortly after, when Swagger got in the ring, Ricardo Rodriguez came out, and then from behind, Alberto Del Rio, he set him right up. He was swinging the crutch at him, almost hit him. I love this tension between Alberto and Jack Swagger. And the also thing I like about their World Heavyweight Championship match is that Swagger and Del Rio never went one-on-one in a non-title match. Only because I like the little teases, the vignettes, not vignettes, but the teases, but the segments, when they are getting physical, but it's not a match. I like that because it creates build-up. And if they had a non-title match, I think that would probably get ruined. So I like the way they're portraying the World Heavyweight title picture. Maybe Dolph Ziggler. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe the Tag Team Championship match might be first. I don't know. And then later on have the World Title match. And then whoever wins, Dolph Ziggler could probably cash in. Well, next week I will tell you that I will do a video where I will give you not only my predictions of WrestleMania 29, I will also give you the lineup of matches, what they should be and what they probably will be. So, also in the main event, it was Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus taking on Team Road Scholars, Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes, and their U.S. champion, Antonio Cesaro. Yodel. What the heck was that, right? That was weird. A little too weird for me. And other than that, I like that now that Randy Orton, Sheamus, and the Big Show at the end of the match where they got the win over the other team, that they are on the same page right now. And it's almost leading up to someone betraying the group. Randy Orton, Big Show, Sheamus, either one of them superstars could betray one another, because it's bound to happen. It's a little cliched. I hope they don't do this the way that I hope, because I like to see someone turning heel and joining the Shield as a menacing leader. And I keep mentioning the Big Show because the size of him, he's 7 feet tall, he's 441 pounds. He would be a perfect menacing leader for the Shield. Well, that was my review of Friday Night SmackDown. I am your co-host for the MRB Wrestling Review Show, Mike McRock Wilson, signing out. Get plenty of rest. And always do your best. And Happy Easter, everyone.